So let me tell y'all this story real quick on why it's so important to proceed with caution. Use your best discernment when it comes to choosing a spiritual practitioner. I feel like most people don't realize how important and intimate it can be, you opening up yourself, right? It's literally your energy, the essence of you that you're letting some stranger, that claims to know what they are doing, help you. And really, you don't know if they can help you or not. You don't know if they're gifted, but you are trusting in them. So let me tell y'all what happened, okay? I'm gonna make it real quick. So a couple years ago, I had this mutual acquaintance, okay? This person was somebody that I knew when I was a teenager because he was dating one of my friends. Now, he was always like a jokester. He was always like real funny, goofy guy. So when we reconnected and I found out that he opened up his own botanica or his own spiritual store, I was real happy for him. I was real excited and I was down to support him because at the same time, I was just, getting into my stuff with my Santa Muerte and everything like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like me and you got some stuff in common. So I went up over there, to go support him or whatever. And he did a tarot reading on me. Okay. Now, during this tarot reading, I had to let him know that that shit was all off. He tried to tell me that in the past that I had something sexually inappropriate happen to me when I was a child. No shit like that ever happened to me because my father never let me go anywhere with anybody. I didn't even go nowhere with my family, let alone some strangers. So nothing ever happened to me because the opportunity never was there, right? That was the first thing. And then the second thing was he tried to tell me that I was going to have bad luck with finances and that basically I'm going to lose out on an investment. At the time, I was saving up a lot of fucking money, so I did not want to hear that. So I straight up told him, I'm like, I do not claim that energy. That is not me. And the whole time, he was trying to convince me of other things. Like he had told me that in my tarot that he saw that I have issues like with my family, which is true. I do, but who the fuck doesn't, right? And he was saying that he thinks that if I had any bad luck, that it was coming from my mother, okay? And he was saying that he thinks my mother is doing santeria or like brujeria on me because my mother is Puerto Rican. The thing about this is my mother is not Puerto Rican, okay? My mother is more Caucasian than anything, okay? And he was trying to say like, oh, well, I think it's your mom. I think it's your mom. And then he's like, she doesn't know like Santeria. I was like, no, like another thing about my mom is that she grew up going to the Kingdom Hall. She's a self-proclaimed Jehovah's Witness. Anything that has to do with spirituality, she thinks that it's the devil or a demon, So there's no way that she's touching that. She never has, and she never did when I was a kid either. But he was trying to convince me so bad that it's my mom, my Puerto Rican mom that I don't have, And so I was just like, dude doesn't know what he's talking about. He's trying, but he's still a baby at this. He still has like so much to learn. But he was trying to portray himself like as this fucking all-knowing shaman, And this is going to be the second time that I told him that you're wrong about me. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, okay? And like I said, I'm going to make this real short. I said I'm never going back there again because his energy was off. I didn't like the way that he was with me. And basically he was like carrying around like this heavy type of fucking spirit, right? Like there's like some anger that he had that was like weighing him down or stopping him from, progressing. I feel like he had the motivations to be somebody who was a good spiritualist that wanted to help people, but he needed to help himself first. And I just didn't want somebody, who is in that type of mindset, like emotionally, to just work on me anymore. So this is going to be the last time. I started to have dreams about this motherfucker. Okay. I had dreams about him twice in, I think like the span of 1 week. So after that, something had told me, you know what? I'm taking him off on my socials. I don't want him to see me no more. Not that I thought he was stalking me or something, but I'm like, I want to remove my energy from him. I blocked him from all my socials. I blocked his storefront from all my socials. And then I had did Olympia on myself because I'm just like, he is like either thinking about me very intensely or like he's just like, his energy is just stuck to me somehow. I want it gone. After that, I didn't have any more problems, no more dreams about him. But an ex of mine during that time, like maybe a week after I had done all this, had let me know that this person actually had went to jail because they had did domestic violence on their wife. It's not funny, but it's just interesting. I'm not laughing because it's funny. And then also shortly after that, the botanica, the spiritual store, burned down because of an electrical wiring issue. Now, something I want to say, okay, could be a coincidence, all right? But even if it's not a coincidence, this person who is, first of all, like I said, He was carrying around a heavy, angry energy. He was acting like a bitch. You know what I mean? Like feminine, angry, passive aggressive energy. I wasn't fucking with it, okay? Come to find out he's beating on his wife. And this is the person who wants to read tarot for people, who wants to help people be a better version of themselves and align themselves with the universe and shit. How can you do that if you're putting your motherfucking hands on your wife when you go home at night after you just sat up here trying to preach to us and shit? Impossible. Impossible. And I really honestly feel that because he was doing these things and he was putting on this fake facade and he was trying to be someone that he's not, the universe acted and they took it away from him, because now it's going to be, first of all, a lot harder to do this shit from jail, but now you don't have a place to operate out of. I was really happy that I listened to my intuition, like something told me that he's not right. Don't go back, block him from your socials, like forget this motherfucker ever existed. And I did. Now, the thing is, I'm not trying to bash him for being a beginner, in his spiritual journey. I'm not. What I'm trying to say is the reason why he couldn't connect with me or anybody else is because he didn't have that connection with himself first. In order for you to align and understand other people, you have to align and understand yourself first. That's the blueprint, that's the basic. And he clearly needed help, probably more than any of us that walked into that store. But yeah, y'all, be real careful about who you choose. And if your intuition is telling you that this person ain't it, this person ain't it, go on to the next one. Be careful. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistake.